What's up YouTube, Jack Sutcliffe here and welcome back to JS Fitness. Or if you're just tuning in, welcome. This is probably one of the most important videos I have done to date regarding immigrating to Canada. So if you are watching this, get a pen and paper because this information is going to be really useful. It is going to save you an arm and a leg. It's going to save you a lot of stress because the past 2 weeks this is just really been grinding on us and could potentially cost us a lot of money, and you will not find this information on any forum online, which is a bit annoying because we did so much research before we came. This was just something which was completely missed, so I feel like this is really going to help you. So what is it? Insurance, car insurance. Now if you come into Canada and you've never driven before in whatever country you're from, this does not apply to just the UK. If you haven't driven a car before, you haven't got your license, then this is not going to matter to you. If you have driven a car before in any country, England, Europe, wherever around the world, whether it's right now or previously, and you have got proof of insurance or insurance history, then this is going to be really useful. Like I say, it's going to save you a fortune. So yeah, car insurance. As I've previously said in other videos and as other forums will say, when you're coming to Canada, be sure to get your UK or whatever country you're from driver's abstract from the government website. So that will say basically what your license is, what category it is, when you've passed your test, how long it's valid for, what category vehicles you can drive, like vans, lorries, motorbikes, all that sort of stuff. So that's the first thing you want to get. Without that, you're going to have a difficult time. But that information is already on the forums. The next bit of information is a case of get your individual years no claims from each individual insurer, and this is where it starts getting a bit hazy. So if you've got 2 years no claims which your most recent insurer has given you, that's great, but that only proves to Canadian insurers that you've been insured for 1 year despite having 2 years no claims. I know it sounds bizarre, but just do it. So if you've got, for argument's sake, like we have around 7 or 8 years no claims, and that's what our latest insurer said, you need to get 7 or 8 individual certificates from each individual insurer over the year to prove how you've got each one, and it also proves that you've had insurance for 8 years. And I know it sounds silly because, like we've said to the brokers, but how else would we have got 8 years no claims if we hadn't been insured for 8 years? They appreciate where we're coming from, but they need in black and white the just like you cover document saying, yep, your cover is from, I don't know, October 2010 to October 2011, and literally do that for each year. Even if you're not insured right now and you previously have been 5, 10, 15, 20 years, get that information because all of that will help bring your claims down, / your policy down. So one way to do this, which is really stressful, is going through the MIB, which is the Motor Insurers Bureau. And you can, if you can't remember who you've had all your insurances through over the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years, yeah, because we can't. We've only been driving like 8 to 10 years. So yeah, go through them. You can submit a form. It takes about a month, and they will give you basically a breakdown of who your insurer's been for the specified dates that you've requested. And then from that you can, I would like to say that would suffice enough in Canada, but I would probably go one step further, again just to save yourselves a load of heartache / a headache, is once you've got that list that says who you've been insured with, go to each individual insurer and then say, hey, I've got this from Motor Insurance Bureau saying I was insured with you. Can you give me a letter telling me what my policy was, or at least confirming that I was insured with you on these dates? Once you've done all of that with your driver abstract, your individual years no claims, and your, like I say, and then the letter from each insurer stating your policy date was, then you should be okay. You should be okay. You should be able to get good, cheap insurance. So basically what's happened with us is when we bought our 2 cars, we got our initial quotes with about 7 years no claims for Kira, 2 or 3 for me was coming in at around $6,500, which is silly money when they actually put everything through properly, because the online quotes you get aren't necessarily fully taking into account your actual UK history. Like, you have to do some more stuff for them to be able to get you a better price. It went down to about $4,000, which is still a ridiculous amount of money, but hey ho, it'll do. Because we didn't have this documents that I've just been telling you about, the 2 and 3 parts, we then got a letter through about a week ago saying they can't take into account our 9 years experience or whatever it was. Our car insurance for the year is going to be 11 grand. 11 freaking $1,000. I was about to lay a brick. I was fuming. I was like, we're going to sell one of these cars. We cannot be paying 11 grand insurance. This is a joke. Anyway, got onto the phone onto him, managed to resolve it, but this says, unfortunately, because you haven't got these documents proving your individual policies, even though we had our 7, 8, 9 years, no claims, whatever it is, they were only going to honour 2 of them. 2 years of the 7 for Kira, and somehow 2, even though I only had 1. Really messed up, which then brought it back down to about $6,500, which is in line with the other quotes. That is still ridiculous money, which we really don't want to have to pay. And like I say, we are in the process of getting the stuff from the Motor Insurance Bureau to try bring this down. The benefit of that being is, if for argument's sake you've been insured for 10 years and you only have 7 years no claims or 8 years no claims. Now, I'm not saying that anything will have happened for you to have lost them no claims, but if for argument's sake you just haven't got the same amount of no claims for your driving insured period, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. They're not too concerned regarding your accidents. All they are asking for is how many consecutive years you have been insured for. I believe my last policy I was insured for about 340 days, and then I had to cancel the policy with us coming to Canada. I've still submitted that anyway because I feel they should give me the benefit of the doubt and just round that up to a year, because that is practically there. So even if you've only got like 250 days on one policy, or for whatever reason less, whatever, still get that and submit it, because it all goes towards your driving portfolio, your driving history, and will help bring your premiums down so you're not paying ridiculous money. Yeah, so that is it. That is how you save a shed load of money, and like I say, that is one of the most important things that you need to do if you ever intend on driving in Canada, and you've got any driving history. What I will do is, because this is still ongoing, we still ain't sorted it, we may still be paying like $6,500, where we're still in the process of getting this resolved. Because of this issue, we're now like, you know what, we're not going to submit 7 years no claims. We're going to get our full 10 years history, and try and bring that price down even lower than that original $4,000. You know, it's like, if you're going to take the mick, then yeah, we'll really push the boat out and try and get this better price. So yeah, that's the Motor Insurance Bureau. Go through them, get your history, then go to every individual insurer that's on there and get your policy document. You don't need the whole 20-pager, just that front cover saying start, finish date, who you are, and then your individual no claims certificates. Going mind blank now because I'm rambling on. And also your driver history / your driver profile from like your government website or whatever it may be, and that should sort you out. That should keep you looking pretty. That should give you a good price. Like I say, it's still ongoing for us. Once we have this issue resolved, I will do like an update video just so you know the outcome, whether or not we won or whether we got further done over. But yeah, anyway everyone, any questions about this, please just ask me down below, because like I say, this is one of the most important things with coming to Canada. Like I say, it's going to save you a big headache. Like I say, questions down below. Please like this video. If you know anyone that's subscribing, please share it with them. Also, please subscribe to the channel because it does help it to grow. And as you've probably noticed just lately, I have been throwing up some Patreon things. The reason for this is due to the change in YouTube's marketing, video monetization policy. Little guys like me can no longer make any money off adverts. So even if you're there watching like a 2-minute ad, 3-minute ad, thinking, you know what, I'm going to try to support this creator, this blogger, it is not helping me one bit. I appreciate you sticking around for that long, but I get nothing from that. And just by this, setting up this little Patreon page, if you want to help support the channel a bit more other than just liking and subscribing, it is always appreciated. Or even if you just want a bit of a say in terms of the next video, or even a case of you want a bit of one-to-one consultancy, you've got some certain things you want to talk about which you don't want to put in the comments, just hit me up through that way. Like I say, everyone, I hope you like it. Stay tuned, more videos coming up very shortly. See you in a bit.